At the start of the film, we are in Berlin, Germany, where World War II started. Hitler is discussing with his coach about war and Nazis. Hitler states to his coach that he doesn't like the greeting style of Nazis. He changes the old salute pattern of Nazis. In the next scene, we notice Hitler is faint. When he restores his senses, he finds himself in a forest. As he looked up in the sky, he couldn't see the enemy's aircraft. He assumed himself they might be having rest. During all these imaginations, a ball comes and stops near him. As he gets out of these bushes, he watches a building. When few children are playing, he thinks they are the future of our nation. Meanwhile, the children come to take their ball back. Observing his worst condition, they inquire about it. Here he asks about a Gerhard state. Meanwhile, we notice a news reporter Fabian was recording the football game of children. In his video, Hitler's face was also captured. Hitler puts his cap and wears it in his head. He starts to walk towards Gerhard state. As he comes across the road, everyone is astonished to notice him. They were taking pictures while coming near to him. Hitler was astonished to watch new inventions. He was interrupting the present with the time that has been shown at the start of the movie. Now he notices a modern car. He is reminded that he has never seen such a car. Does he question himself if was he in a coma? Has he missed a victory? Now Hitler realizes that whatever is going on he isn't aware of his. Now to be aware of the situation, he collects information. He inquires about the location of this place from a nearby person. But the man didn't answer him and started to capture a photo. Later on, Hitler noticed a lady who was on call in the German language. Hitler goes to her hurriedly and inquires. But she becomes afraid of him and sprays into his eyes. Hitler, while trembling, goes into a news shop. As he reads the date, October 2014, he becomes shocked. He falls in this condition on the ground. In the next scene of the movie, he reaches a TV station. Here the boss of Mr. Christoph appreciates him for his good job. He doesn't make Christoph MD, but rather makes him D. Bellini. Watching this, Christoph becomes shocked and became disappointed. He comes into an office and bursts his anger at struggling filmmakers. Fabian tries to convince his boss that he'll work delicately, but Christoph sends him out of office by his guards. Later on, in this scene, we watch Hitler again. As he wakes up, he finds himself in a news shop. He confirms today's date from the owner of the shop. The shop owner tells him the date of 2014. Watching this, he becomes shocked. He was still confused and assumed the time of World War II. He inquired from the shop owner if he had kidnapped him. The shopkeeper inquires if is he the spy of the enemy and playing a trick on me. The shop owner adds if he is the spy of the enemy, he'll shoot him. The shop owner doesn't understand and considers him an actor who plays a character. The shop owner gives Hitler chocolate, which Hitler takes and smells first. After smelling, he states that these are industry-pressed grains in simple words. Hitler states this chocolate was modern and advanced machine-made chocolate. Now the shop owner inquires Hitler that they're making a documentary film. Would you work for us? Hitler doesn't respond but demands a new paper. Hitler notices this is a Turkish newspaper. He further demands a German newspaper. As he gets out of the shop, he notices some Turkish people. After watching Turkish people in Berlin makes him astonished. Hitler, by watching this newspaper, assumes that they didn't win the war. Germany was in the hands of an experienced woman, which means the female president of Germany. He realizes Poland also exists near Germany, and the states, if they couldn't win the war, it was a useless war. In the next scene, Fabian was watching the video for which he was fired up for the job. Watching his video, his mother comes here. She notices something strange. She asks to pause the video. She points out Hitler in the movie. Fabian, on this discovery, becomes astonished. In the next scene, Hitler is in the same shop. The shop owner suggests he should wash his dress as they are smelling. Hitler goes into the laundry and asks them to wash his uniform and demands another uniform. He couldn't remain nude, but he didn't find another uniform. In the next scene, we watch Hitler wearing jeans and a sweater. In the next scene, the shopkeeper meets Fabian with Hitler. Here Fabian becomes astonished by watching his appearance. Fabian asks if he could make a video on modern Germany. Hitler likes this idea. Fabian takes some cash and his mother's car and leaves for his journey. Later on, we notice Hitler and Fabian taking interviews of people related to politics. After taking interviews, Hitler realizes that after him there is a great impact on democracy. He feels anger in people. He notices the same views of the masses as in 1930. It means the politics of Germany wasn't still strong. Later, when they were making the animal documentary, a dog bites Hitler's finger. Hitler shoots the dog angrily. Fabian, when notices this, rebukes him. Afterward, Fabian becomes out of money as Fabian plans to make sketches from Hitler to sell. So, Hitler makes funny sketches of people and they earn a lot of money. After having the money, they restore their trips. The videos of Fabian have a lot of views because of Hitler. Fabian again visits his office with Christoph. After watching such views, Christoph becomes shocked. He demands the contact of Hitler from Fabian. Fabian meets Hitler. Fabian considers Hitler mad, as he was about to say to Fabian to take him out. Hitler goes into the director's office and asks Bellini if they'll save Germany. Bellini assigns a task to Mr. Christoph to broadcast a show for Hitler. Christoph intentionally broadcasts a sarcastic show for Hitler. As Hitler goes on stage and starts to speak, everyone becomes silent. Listening to Hitler's ideas and views, the show becomes popular. Watching Bellini's show hit, Christoph becomes furious because his plan was ruined. Later, he finds the video of Hitler killing the dog. Christoph broadcasts it, and because of it, the career of Christoph and Bellini was ruined. Bellini was too fired up. Now Christoph has become the director. In the next scene, Hitler compiles his book on the 21st century with the help of Fabian and Bellini. That is named Look Who Is Back, which becomes bestseller book of the year. Now we notice Christoph. After the departure of Hitler from the channel, his rating decreases. His Chanel was about to flop. His employer suggests he hire Hitler again. He agrees and starts to find Hitler. In the other scene, Hitler is beaten by two Nazis for making fun of his real leader Hitler. For this reason, Hitler was hospitalized. In the next scene, we watch Fabian, who was watching his old video. He researches something, and he realizes that this Hitler is the real Hitler. After knowing this, he becomes astonished and visits the hospital hurriedly. Here in the hospital scene, as Hitler gets in, he watches Bellini. When Fabian reaches the hospital, he finds Bellini, not Hitler. Fabian informs her that this is the real Hitler, for she doesn't believe. He was sent out of hospital, but he runs from hospital guards. Fabian reaches a movie studio and points the gun of Hitler at him. He declares Hitler a monster, but Hitler states that he is selected by the people of Germany. If I were a monster, why they all voted for me? Here we notice Fabian shoots Hitler from the rooftop. Here Hitler is shown dying. Meanwhile, Hitler appears behind Fabian. He states, "No one could kill me because I'm alive in the hearts of people." In the movie, this scene was a shooting of the movie. Fabian was not real, but someone else was acting as Fabian by covering his face mask. Here we notice Fabian in a mental hospital because he was telling everyone that this man is the real Hitler. In the next scene, when the movie ends, Hitler comes into politics and becomes more popular. He has more power than he has. In the last scene, we notice Hitler and Bellini in a car. Here, an audio clip of Hitler was played in which he states, "I can work with this." Here the movie ends. If you like that explanation, then motivate us by subscribing to our channel.